So me and the Brooke Ashley was on Twitter just about maybe an hour ago, and we are both pretty much not anticipating doing this review, but you know it's my job to do so, and that's why I got my shades on, because I don't want to see none of y'all and what y'all gonna say to me. But all I'm gonna say is I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. Drop the beat. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another review of this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all know that I've been gone all weekend, so Potomac is the first review I'm doing. Love and Marriage Huntsville will be the next, and later on will be Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, sometime after the panel is over, maybe. But yeah, I'm just catching up on my reviews first, and then, you know, I'm gonna catch up with the gossip, but I got to get my reviews out first, okay? And I just got home about 4 hours ago, and I was watching the Housewives of Potomac, and you know, so let's get into it. So okay, so it starts off with Mia and G. Now they're getting ready to go on this trip. It's basically a couples trip, but G is not excited about going because he doesn't really like couples trips, and on top of that, he really don't know half of these motherfuckers on this trip, so that's why he's not excited. But he's going to support Mia. However, Mia starts talking about her situation with Candace and how they got into it at Gizelle and Robin's reasonably shady party. And you know how Candace was upset with her about the low budget video comment and about her asking questions about whether or not Chris is the manager or not. My thing with Mia is, it's not what you asked, to be honest. It's really how you did it. And you went about it in a messy ass way. You wasn't asking out of concern. You were asking so you could be messy. That's what you were doing. And then on top of that, you did not have to call her video shoot low budget. Yeah, y'all was in the parking lot. Yeah, but the girl is a fucking independent artist. So you can't expect no Hype Williams little X-ass budget for her music video. Like, she coming out of her own pocket for this shit. It's not going to be what you think it is. But it's a decent video for what it's worth. So Mia, just shut up. Like, just shut the fuck up. You started this shit with Candace, and now you got to deal with the consequences. That's just that on that. So then Chris and Candace started discussing what's going on with her video and her album, and apparently she signed to E1, and of course she was calling out all of my favorite people, which included K. Michelle and Brandy. All of my favorite fucking people. All of my favorite people, child. So then they start, you know, she starts saying that she's an independent artist. She's doing this all by herself, and it's difficult, but you know, she just got to push through. And I just feel like when people are independent, yes, it's a little bit more difficult because you don't have a machine behind you. You just got you, yourself, and I. Pretty much. That's all you got. So you really ain't got no machine behind you. So you're doing everything by yourself. But when you're independent, you're able to do the kind of music that you want to without somebody behind your back telling you, oh no, this ain't good enough. Oh no, that ain't good enough. Because I've heard a lot of artists that were signed to the majors, and they really do prefer independent, being independent versus being signed to a major. One of the people that she named, K. Michelle, is now independent. And she was on a major for her first 4 albums, and ever since after her second album, she wanted to do country music. And now that she's independent, she could put out an R&B album, she could put out a country album, she could do whatever she want to do because she's doing it all on herself, and she's not having to answer to nobody. So I think that Candace is doing a good thing by being independent. You get all your money back. You ain't got to finger fuck it with nobody. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. You know, you just got to be very disciplined when you doing it, and you got to know exactly what the hell you doing when you being independent. That's just how I feel about it. But I think that she'll be able to do some major things. What I do wish is that Bravo will put more promo into her music, because I know we give Love and Hip Hop a lot of grief, especially now because it's so fucking boring. But what I will say is, when they had K. Michelle on their show, they promoted her shit. Like, they let her perform at the reunions. They premiered her videos after the show was over with. They played her music in the show. Like, Bravo never does that for people that's really artists. Like, I remember when Candy came out with her Candy Coated album. You would think that because she's on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, she would get that extra push. But they didn't promote her shit. They didn't premiere no videos. They didn't do none of that. So with Candace, I feel like they could at least throw a commercial out there you know, an ad out there while the show was on to promote her shit. They could have at least premiered the drive back video after the show was over, right before the Salt Lake City Wives came out. Like, it's a lot of different marketing tools that they could have done, but they never do that with their artists, and I don't like that. That's what I don't like. I don't like that at all. But one thing I will say, because I was supposed to do do a review on Candace's album, but because I was working all week and because I had this trip to plan, I really didn't have time to do a review on it. So since we're talking about her album here, I'm just going to say this. The album is very good. I'm not going to lie. I was very shocked by what I heard. I wasn't expecting it to be so good, but it is good. And I will say that Drive Back is just nostalgic. It reminds me of like a urban pop song that was played back in, like, you know, back when I was in middle school, you know, and my middle school years is like 99 to like 2003. And that's no shade. The music do sound dated, but it's not dated in a bad way. It's dated in a good way. It gives you the feels from way back when. And I can hear a lot of Toni Braxton influences on this, because she do have that, you know, that deep tone like Toni Braxton do, and it doesn't help that she did a song with Tracy Braxton. So, you know, she did a good job with the album. But Candace was talking about her beef with Mia. How she didn't appreciate Mia asking her mother all those questions about Chris as her manager, about calling her shit low budget, and she just ain't really here for Mia. Rightfully so. Then they started talking about the couples trip and how excited they are to go on the couples trip. So Ashley comes over to Robin's townhome in Hanover. And they started talking about Robin's new house. Robin got like 2 more months before she moved to her new house. Okay, girl, whatever, I don't care. So they started talking about Candace and Mia or whatnot. And I feel like I think that Robin is more so on Candace's side because of the whole your mama thing. And being that Robin knows about Mia's upbringing and how she did not have a relationship with her mom because of the drug usage and shit like that, I think that's why it hit her to a core. But let me just address something here, because I see a lot of people saying this on Twitter and up under these blogs. Like, I guess they're calling out certain fans, I guess, because I know I ain't never did this, but I'm just going to speak for myself. I don't really like the Yo Mama jokes. Okay, you say Yo Mama one time, okay, cool, whatever, funny. But constantly saying it over and over again is just ridiculous. I didn't like it when Dr. Heavenly did it. And I know a lot of people be like, well, Candace say Yo Mama, everybody mad, but y'all laugh whenever Dr. Heavenly do it. That's a lie. That's a lie and a half. Because I ain't never laughed when Dr. Heavenly said it. I always thought that it was childish as fuck. And I don't even find Dr. Heavenly to be funny like that. If we really keeping it real, I'm nobody's Dr. Heavenly fan. But I'm just speaking for myself. I don't like the Yo Mama jokes. I don't like it because one thing about me, don't talk about my mama. I don't give a fuck if we are in a reading match. Don't talk about my mama. I'm never going to go that low and talk about nobody's mama, nobody's parents, nobody's cousins, nobody's aunts. If we're reading each other, we're going to read each other. I'm going to read you. I'm not going to read your mama because the bitch ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck I'm talking about. So therefore, I'm not even finna do that. You know what I'm saying? So no. So I don't go that low and talk about people's mama. That's just what, you know, I don't do that. I don't like the Yo Mama shit. Because the moment you say anything about my mama, I'm going to punch your ass in your mouth. And you won't be able to talk about nobody else's mama. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. I don't like the Yo Mama jokes. Because my mama ain't got shit to do with this. My mama ain't did a damn thing to you. Leave my mama out of your damn jokes. But at the same time, it's just like this. Candace feel like, well, the bitch came and talked to my mama about me. So I'm finna talk about her damn mama. Even though I don't know shit about her fucking mama. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. I'm just telling you how I feel. I'm not trying to discount Candace's feelings or whatever, but I just don't like your mama jokes. Like I said, I don't like it when Dr. Heavenly do it. I don't like it when she do it. I'm just being real. Let's see. So then they start talking about Gizelle not going. Gizelle says she ain't going because she didn't feel welcome by Wendy. Then they start talking about then Wendy starts saying that Gizelle and Robin not coming because they don't feel welcome. And she's just here on some Zen shit. She's just really trying to have a good time. She really ain't trying to have no drama with none of them. So that's what Wendy say, child. Then Ashley and Robin started talking about Michael and Robin not going. Now, Robin said she ain't going. She ain't trying to go because Wendy hurt her feelings. And, you know, anytime she talks to Wendy, Wendy always taking everything she says personal. Wendy is always coming at her crazy, always being aggressive. There she go using those buzzwords. She's always aggressive. She's always coming out of her mouth. She's always attacking me. Girl, soon as Wendy do something, y'all got a problem with it. But y'all be doing that same... Okay, I can't stand Gizelle nor Robin. And I can't really stand Ashley at this point either. And they talk about, you know, Robin thinks that Michael's not going because he can't stand the Bassett's. That might be partially true, but I think he's not going because they don't want him to be there. I don't even think he should be on the show filming with nobody, but apparently he gonna be filming with them at Karen's wedding. So, child, okay. So Karen and Ray, they get ready for the trip. Ray's not coming right away. He's coming like a day late. And then, you know, he sees Karen and Ashley off. So then we get down to the East Shore. That's where they are. One thing about G is that he's serving up a bit of creepy granddaddy tease, you know. I wasn't for it. It was funny at first, but it started being weird as a motherfucker. And G, I just got secondhand embarrassment watching him, and I just felt like he was embarrassing the fuck out of Mia too. But Mia probably used to being embarrassed by his old ass. Okay, I'm just saying, like, that's just like, the shit was ridiculous. The shit was crazy, and it was fucking ridiculous. I just had to take my shades off to say that, because no. So then Wendy and Mia starts. Mia says that is her first. They was talking about leaving the kids with her mom, and that was her first time leaving her kids with her mom. Wendy was like, well, why is this your mom's first time keeping the kids? And then Mia was like, well, you know, you don't know about my struggle, but my mother did not raise me. I was in the foster care system and stuff, and this is why we're leaving my kids with her for the first time, you know. This is why we're trying to work on our relationship and trying to get her closer to her grandkids, so that's why. Wendy felt a little bit of sympathy for Mia in this point, and she was thankful that Mia was, you know, opening up to her about her past. So then Karen and Ashley discuss Gizelle as they were riding to the house. Karen said that she's inviting Gizelle to her wedding. She's really trying to let bygones be bygones at this point. You a good one, because that bitch will not be at nothing of mine, especially not a wedding. Because it's like, please, like, the only people that's coming to my wedding is people that I genuinely fuck with. The only people that's gonna be in my wedding is people I genuinely fuck with. And the three people that y'all know for a fact that's gonna be in my wedding is Terrence, Josiah, and Jamar. They're gonna be in my wedding. They're not gonna be invited to my wedding. They're in it, okay? They're in it. Period. They're in my wedding. They're like, straight up, I know they're gonna be in my wedding. That's nothing. I already know that for a fact. And how do I know that? Why am I already making my wedding list? Because I know I'm going to get married. So it is what it is. I know I'm going to get married. Watch. Y'all going to see. Y'all going to see the three of them in their tux. And y'all going to see, you know, Bundy then with they. You're going to see Bundy with her invite. You're going to see Jamie with her invite. You're going to see Kim Pyre with his invite. You're going to see Ashley with her fucking invite. You're going to see the Justice League with their fucking invite. You're going to see Jamie with her niece. Everybody that y'all know that I really, really rock with like that. They're going to all have their fucking invites to my fucking wedding. And I'm going to threaten every single one of them, because I didn't call everybody's name. I ain't got time to be going down the list of every damn body, because y'all know it's a whole lot of people. I'm going to threaten all of them. And if they don't come to my wedding, I'm going to cuss all of them out one by one. Okay? It is what it is. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm going to invite Gizelle to my fucking wedding, period. So then, let's see, what else? So, Wendy and Mia. Mia brings up Gizelle and Robin. She wants to know if they're coming on the trip. Wendy said they ain't coming. G start acting a fool, and it's just ridiculous. A scholar and Dre walks in, and the first thing that G says is, "Who the fuck is that?" I ain't gonna lie, I died when he said that, because I'm like, this man ain't got no type of couth about himself. Such a fucking granddaddy. Like, Mia should have left her granddaddy at home, because child, no. Then he tells Mia to shut the fuck up. And I feel like if he could say that in front of everybody else, I can only imagine what the fuck he be saying at home. Then, you know, Candace, Wendy, and the scholar, they start discussing G. You know, Candace feels like G is doing too much, which he is. She feels like it's going to be a problem with him, which it is, because he is doing too much. And then Mia walks into the building, and then, you know, as Mia walks into the room, Wendy was like, well, we was just talking about you. And Mia was like, oh, what y'all was saying? And they start talking about, the your mama come in and stuff like that. So then the guys are all chatting, they like, we all cool. Even though our wives be butting heads, we all cool. Which I love the fact that they can be able to still be cool even though their wives be butting heads. So, Candace and Mia starts getting into it. Candace started throwing out the fact that she was a stripper. Candace confronts her about the low budget comment. And, Mia keeps talking about, because I'm a businesswoman, I'm this, I'm that. Stuff that she keeps on doing. Now, at the beginning of the season, a lot of y'all criticized a lot of us bloggers or reviewers because everybody was on Team Mia at the very beginning when she was saying that she was a boss. And everybody was like, okay, y'all was mad at Wendy about her 4 degrees, but y'all don't have nothing to say about Mia saying that she's a boss every 10 minutes. I had already told y'all that the verdict was still out on Mia at that point of y'all saying it, and I knew that at some point I was going to get sick of her talking about she's a boss in her businesses, and let me let y'all know, I think y'all know this by now, I've been sick of Mia talking about, I'm a boss, I'm a business owner, I'm this, I'm that. Girl, we get it. We don't give a fuck either. We get the shit, okay? You don't have to keep reiterating to us that you're a boss and a business owner. Girl, we get it. Shut the fuck up, okay? Like, just shut the fuck up. We understand it. What the fuck does you being a business owner and being a boss have to do with you calling this girl video shoot low budget? You were being rude as fuck. You were being messy as fuck. And you were being inappropriate as fuck. And anything that she gives you with her mouth, you deserve it. Straight up. So just shut the fuck up. A scholar interjects basically saying, what does business have to do with anything? Like, we're all here to have a good time. We don't need to be talking about business. Like, what does your business have to do with anything? And I agree with a scholar. What does it have to do with any damn thing? What does it have to do with this? Nothing. Okay? All right. So then, after that, Candace started saying, your mama's low budget. And then, Mia was like, you don't know my mom. And then Candace was like, you don't know my mom either. And then, Wendy was trying to stop them from arguing. And Candace started checking Wendy, basically, coming at her because, in some way, she felt like Wendy was defending Mia. But Wendy felt like, okay, I'm only doing this because I know how it feels to have 2 people coming at me on a trip, and you and a scholar coming at Mia right now. So I'm just trying to, diffuse the situation, which I totally understand. So Mia took a call, and Mia was like, my gorgeous rich friends, at least y'all understand me, not like these lame broke bitches or whatever the fuck she said. And I'm just like, here she go, like, looking down on people, talking about they broke bitches and she's this and she's that. Girl, listen, if it wasn't for Gizelle, if it wasn't for G meeting you at the Players Club, Diamond, you would not be where you are. So you need to just stop acting like that. Stop acting like you better than people, because like I said, you would still be on that pole dancing to It Seems Like You're Ready by R. Kelly for Dollar Bill at the Players Club if he never would have brought his ass in there and made it rain on your ass. Okay? So stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Okay? At this point, Candace and Mia are both getting on my nerves at this point. So then Karen and Ashley arrives, and then there's the room assignment, and Candace is feeling some kind of way because she was the last person chosen to get her room. And I guess she felt because her and Wendy are friends that she should get first dibs. But no. When you had your trip, you put Wendy in the cottage. You chose the Green-Eyed Bandits and Mia, the same person that's coming at your ass now, and put y'all in the house when you didn't even know Mia like that, and Wendy was the main one taking up for you. All she doing is returning the favor, and you can't be mad about that. So then, Ashley comes in, she's like, what's going on? And then Mia tells Ashley that Candace is mean. So then Candace overhears Mia saying it, and then, a scholar confronts Mia about calling them broke bitches. And then, that's when Candace starts going in on Mia. Mia started rubbing her hand in her face. And then, Candace tell her not to put her hand in her face. And, whenever you're in a heated argument like that and somebody do this, that's not a good idea. It's never a good idea to put your hands in anybody's face while you're arguing with them. That's just key. Period. And I still feel period. Okay? So now they're arguing. And now Candace is ripping her into shreds. She's going in on Mia. Mia ain't got no comebacks. You know, and it just don't look too good for Mia at this point. So then she said, so, I forget what Mia said, but after Mia said it, you know, Candace threw yet another yo mama blow at Mia. And at that point, Karen was like, y'all don't need to be, Candace, don't be bringing people's mothers into it and all this other shit. And then Ashley was like, you don't know her story. And then Candace was like, well, you don't know her story either. And Ashley was like, I spent a lot more time with her than you. Girl, you literally just found out about Mia's background because Karen told you about it in that car, I believe. Like, girl, stop acting like you just want to be a part of something, girl. Just, you leave Tommy and Dio back at home for a few minutes and you think you know something. Girl, bye. Next thing you know, I think that Candace said, you need to feed her. Are you hungry? Then she, you know, pinches the lettuce off at Mia. Candace says, after Candace says that last your mama joke or whatever, that's when Mia, you know, throws the lettuce and shit at Candace. And then the episode goes on. Now, here's my thing about this. I think that Mia started this whole situation with Candace. I definitely feel like she did. But I do think that Candace did a bit much tonight. I do feel that way. That's just how I feel. I do think that she did a little too much. Okay? Like, okay, you confront her about it, cool. But she did do this. Well, let me say this. They were both wrong, like I said. Mia putting her hand all up in her face while they're arguing like she did Wendy. That's one thing. Candace doing this with the lettuce. That's another thing. Then Mia doing this. That's another thing. Neither one of them are right. Both of them are wrong. I don't care what nobody say. Both of them got to take some accountability. Because Candace looked like the aggressor tonight. Even though Mia got this whole situation started and Candace, rightfully so, was on her ass. In this particular situation, as it escalated, Candace did look like the aggressor but then again, Mia also looks like the aggressor because at one point it just seemed like Mia was unbothered by the situation, but then on another hand, you know, you putting your hands up in her face. I felt like last season, you putting your hands up in a motherfucker face, then you asking to get your ass kicked. So, by Mia putting her hands in Candace's face, Candace could have just slapped the shit out of her in my eyes. That's how I feel because you are disrespecting me, like you violating me now. You're violating my personal space by doing this to me. Please don't put your hands in my face. Like last week when I confronted a coworker of mine, he started walking up close to me just to talk to me and I said, back up. Don't walk up on me. Don't get in my personal space. Because when you get in my personal space, then I'm going to feel the need to strike you. Because at this point, you're threatening me. You're walking up on me. And I don't need you to do that. When you're walking up on me, you're agitating the situation. So don't you do that to me. I don't play those games. Don't walk up on me in the heat of the moment. We can argue all fucking day. But do not walk up in my personal space. And that's what Candace did. That's what Mia did. She did that. But Candace also threw the lettuce at her too. Now, did the lettuce touch Mia? No. But she did hurl something at her direction. And then Mia took the whole thing and just hurled it back at Candace. To be honest, they're both at fault. Period. They're both at fault. And that's just how I feel. I don't really care for neither one of them. So this is not a biased view for me. I don't like Mia at all. And I can take Candace or leave Candace. Like I said, Mia started this whole beef between her and Candace. True enough. Candace was on Mia's ass as expected and as rightfully so. But when it comes down to the escalation of this situation with the hands in the face, the throwing of the salad, the tossing the salad, both of them play a part in this. Both of them are to blame for this situation. And I'm not taking my foot off of neither one of their nicks on that. That's just what it is. Neither one of them are right. Candace ain't right. Mia ain't right. The only thing Candace is right about is being on her ass. But she did look crazy. You know what I mean? Because it's just like she was just dragging her at any given moment. It's just like she came in ready. Like, I'm going to get this bitch. I'm going to get this bitch. I'm going to get this bitch. And she definitely was getting that bitch now. She was getting her. She was. No lie, she was dragging the fuck out of Mia with her mouth. She was. Shit. Like, for real. I would have just walked away from Candace the way she was talking. Like, for real. Because the way she talking, like, Candace reminds me of my sister with that mouth. There have been plenty of times I had to walk out the house and walk like 10 miles away to get away from that bitch, because I was going to whoop her motherfucking ass if I would have stayed in that room with her. So I just walked the fuck away. Sometimes people know how to just rile you the fuck up, and Candace was dragging the shit out of me. Real talk, but Mia, it ain't like she didn't deserve it. She deserved every bit of it. But that's all I got to say about that. With that being said, you guys, be sure to, this is my review on Potomac. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Do whatever you see fit. And also click the notification bell whenever you want to be, if you want to be notified whenever a video drops. Follow me on all social media. My Twitter, my IG will be down below. If you want me to follow you back, all you got to do is hit me up in the DMs on IG. Hashtag Team Scotty, and I would definitely follow you back. Till my love and marriage transfer video, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.
We can always find our way to a fun moment, even in the shady bunch.